Welcome into this beautiful Monday morning on the 4th and 11 show with your host, Jacob Steiner. Hope you all had a wonderful Easter weekend. Get away from all sports. I mean, even though sports were happening over the weekend, get away from it. Enjoy life. Have a beautiful spring. I don't think a lot of places were having rain, but if you were having a sunny day like I was, go out and enjoy it because it's Easter weekend. You don't get holidays that often. Just kidding. There's almost a holiday every day. If you look up on the web, there's National this day, National that day, National Crap Day. There's probably a National Crap Day somewhere out there in the world. But I hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful Easter as we get back into a full week this week. After last week was holidays, me being out of town, I did get a Wake and Bake show with Steven and Jake in there. Missed Wednesday and Thursday. Was not happy with myself, but I think I can live because this is a full week this week. Not going to take any days off. Neither is the sports world. As always, you can follow me on Twitter to have any sports information, or if you want to ask me a question to have on the show, you can ask me there at Jacob Steiner on Twitter. And if you have any, ideas for the show, hit me up there as well. Birthdays today, we start off with one of my favorite players. He's not really anymore, mostly because he moved to Oakland, and it's just like, really? You're going to wear the black and silver? But Marshawn Lynch, what a great player. Beast mode. Helped my Seattle Seahawks. Well, not... Okay, as a sports fan, you're not supposed to say my Seattle or my, New York or my whatever. You're just supposed to, just say Seattle. But it doesn't really matter because Seattle won championship with Marshawn Lynch. He's a champion. It doesn't really matter how you play it. But we could have won too if Pete Carroll just handed off the damn ball. That was a fateful fall for the Seattle Seahawks a few years ago against the Patriots, obviously. We could have saved, the Patriot fans a little bit less of, losing their voice of celebration if we would have just handed the ball off. If we would have just said, hey, give the ball to Beast Mode and let him go to work and he'll do everything else. Russell Wilson, you got a big contract, but at that moment, I wouldn't have given it. It wasn't really his fault. It was play call, stupid, won't ever happen again. And if I was the coach at that moment, I would kick myself for having pass play in my brain. 1 yard line, I'm running the gun with a fullback, or maybe big running back like Marshawn Lynch. I'm not doing something stupid like throwing the ball, letting stupid freaking Malcolm Butler just come up and just pick that ball off. I'm not doing that. I don't know why. But happy birthday out to Marshawn Lynch, the beast mode. Hopefully he can have another good season. Obviously, still has not hung up the threads at all. Still playing under John Gruden. We'll see if Oakland can actually have a good season with Derek Carr, Marshawn Lynch, Antonio Brown, and that crappy defense because Khalil Mack's not there. But it's going to be fun. Pitcher of the week, because he's healthy right now. James Paxton, healthy right now against the Boston Red Sox. 8 innings, 2 hits, 1 walk, 12 strikeouts. And if you got to watch that was a beautiful piece of work. Shut him out. Said Boston, we're 7-9 and we're crap right now. You're even worse. But James Paxton's healthy and we're going to use him and we're going to win. That's just the way it's going to be. So deal with it. They put it right to him as Boston Red Sox still finding problems, but hey, I think the Boston Red Sox are just having more fun watching the Celtics win against the Pacers in the playoffs than actually playing them damn selves. And you can't also forget about the Bruins because they won yesterday as well. They moved on to the next round, and it's just like, hallelujah up in Boston. The Patriots won the Super Bowl, Bruins moving on, Red Sox moving on. But yet again, the Red Sox, they won a World Series, but hey, what in God's name is this? It's not the same team that we had last year. It's not the same team. And I think the Boston Red Sox need to take a page out of the Cubs book and be like, all right, just get this back to about 500 before All-Star break and then get into the playoffs, after All-Star break. But it's going to be it'll be a fun season for the Red Sox. Obviously, still relatively last place. Still struggling. They've been home this season, so they played at home. We got to see them. They didn't play that well. We'll see what the Red Sox can do. Stop looking around at all the other sports teams in Boston saying that team's doing pretty good, that team's doing pretty good, and cheering for them instead of getting your butts on the field and playing ball, because it's not happening for you. Batter of the week, well, it goes to two people. Call one or call two, Christian Yelich or Cody Bellinger. Both are killing it. Cody Bellinger, like 10 home runs in a season. Christian Yelich, I think 13, almost 14 home runs. Both killing it. Couldn't really think of anyone to, just put in front of that. Because not a lot of people have more than 10 home runs except for these two guys. And these two guys are just killing it. Dodgers obviously need a little bit more help. They fell off a little bit against, Christian Yelich's Milwaukee Brewers. They played them again over the weekend, and hey, both guys deserve it. And this is not an award where you get money. It's just my stupid mouth just saying that he deserves it. Batter of the week for both of those guys. So we'll see what either of them can do. We'll see what happens. NFL quarterbacks. We all love them. We all hate them. We all know a few quarterbacks here and there that, lead a team to a Super Bowl that we all hate. I mean, it's happened about 6 times now, and we all want it to stop. I'm talking about Tom Brady. But, we've got a few youngsters coming into the league, Dwayne Haskins and Kyler Murray, both on the docket. And besides those two, who else do you want in that spot? Drew Lock? Is that the quarterback you want? No. You want Dwayne Haskins, who can move out the pocket, and he's projected to go to New York Giants. So is Eli Manning's career over in New York is the question. I damn well hope so, because no matter how much Eli Manning has done for that franchise, Steven has said it plenty of times before on the show, is like, how does he deserve this spot right now? He has done absolutely freaking nothing in the last few years. He's fired he's like no LeBron James. If he doesn't do well, the coach is going to go bye-bye. Not him. The coach is going to go bye-bye. The GM is going to go bye-bye. The owners, I don't know. I don't know if the owner left. But, this team has just been, should I choose left for Super Bowl or right for ultimate failure? They chose the right road 5 years in a row, and it's time to pick a damn quarterback, and it's time to play actual football up there in Big Blue, because you got Saquon Barkley now. You lost Odell. It's time to get Dwayne Haskins in here and get a motion offense. Get an option. Dwayne Haskins, he can run the ball. Saquon, we all damn well know he can run the ball. Run the freaking football. Why do you have Eli Manning as the quarterback? And we'll see this Thursday if he, gets it, if he gets picked. But if Kyler Murray falls that far, would I rather have Dwayne Haskins or Kyler Murray? I'd rather have Dwayne Haskins, to be honest. Kyler Murray is a great quarterback, great arm, great instincts, whatever you want to call it. But the dude's 5'10", 5'9", maybe at most. I need to look that up. Russell Wilson, that's my guy, 5'10". And he's doing great. But you don't see very many 5'10" or below quarterbacks really opening eyes and saying, this guy is great. Rest in peace, Johnny Manziel. Johnny Football. I've heard too many stories about that guy. But I mean, what can you do? What can you do? Because Kyler Murray, has the talent there, but if you can put a serum in him, just like grows him like 2 inches, 3 inches, something like that, that'd be wonderful. But we don't have that technology yet, or that medical technology yet, whatever you want to call it. So Kyler Murray's going to be 5'10" and jumping to see pass receivers. I'm pretty sure not. No, it's a luxury to be tall like me, 6'5", and I don't care. But Kyler Murray, we'll see what happens with him if he goes to Arizona first, or if he doesn't. It's going to be a fun little afternoon, or not afternoon, night for the first rounds. You got Kyler Murray, then you got Wilkins. You got all these Clemson defenders. You got a few other defenders. And you got those teams that just need that one last piece, like maybe Cleveland. They can get one more decent defensive guy. You could say, yeah, they're looking pretty dang good. Super Bowl? No. They need another year to gel. And we don't know if Odell will be healthy. We don't know if Landry will be healthy. We don't know if Baker will be healthy. We don't know if Myles Garrett can be healthy. It's a 16-game season. This is a long season, just like the baseball season of 162 games, just like the hockey and basketball season of 82 games. It's a long season. You can't just call off a guy and be like, yeah, this is the greatest team that I've ever seen on paper. On paper. Respects out to Katy Perry. It's drifting in the wind. We'll never see that paper again if they're not healthy. They got to be healthy. Their coach has got to play the right, or call the right plays. They got to, make the play work. Baker Mayfield has to, endorse the pain, because, hey, they're going to be coming at him. They've spent a whole offseason. These teams now know that they're about to play the Browns, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the freaking New England Patriots, the Baltimore Ravens, or whoever else is on the Cleveland Browns schedule. They know that they have them on the schedule, and they know Baker, and they know that he can be good. So they're going to be looking at film. Jim Harbaugh, whatever. I can't speak today for some odd reason. Is going to be looking at it. Mike Tomlin's going to be looking at it. Bill Belichick's going to be looking at Pete Carroll. I know Seahawks played the Browns. It's like, hey, these guys are going to be looking at Baker and be like, how can I stop this dude? We're going to figure out a way to stop this dude so he doesn't have a good season and win, because he's got too many weapons. Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham Jr. People who can make one-handed grabs out of the middle of freaking nowhere, and you're just like, holy crap. They're on the top 10 every single week. But they're right now good on paper. But paper can drift in the wind and fly away from you. Speech out to Katy Perry. But it's just like, holy crap. You can't grab the piece of paper. When a good gust of wind comes, that paper's gone. And you're never going to see that paper again, especially when you fold it into a paper airplane. It just floats away. But why would anyone doubt the Cleveland Browns' talent? I don't know. I don't know why would anyone doubt the Cleveland Browns. But they're not a Super Bowl talent yet. Especially not with their young group. Myles Garrett's like his third or fourth season. Baker, obviously, in his second season. Odell's been there, but he's been injured. Jarvis Landry, he's been there, but he's not DeAndre Hopkins or Antonio Brown or one of the top receivers. He's maybe top 10 if you want to cut out some people because of injuries. But we'll see. We'll see what the Cleveland Browns can do. We'll see what all the NFL quarterbacks can do. We'll see what everyone can do. And we'll see what teams pick on Thursday when no one's going to be watching it, because they're all going to be watching the Avengers. It's all going to be, under the wire. Just the phone's going to be buzzing in the, in the pocket. Buzz, 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 buzz. It's going to be like an annoying bee, like flowing by your ears, just like, oh, this B won't get next to me. Yeah, whatever. It's the fact of the matter is that the NFL draft just sucks. You don't want to watch it. I mean, put some dancers, put some cheerleaders on the side. Just be like, hey, put some damn strippers. Give us a streaker. Give us something to watch except for with the second pick in draft. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Christian. I don't know. In the draft, this is who they're gonna pick. Please kill me. Or Roger Goodell comes out, boo, you suck. Yeah, we all know they suck. That's for another day. But speaking of fans and speaking of stupid things, it's time for the Monday rant, and that is all about fans again. So if you haven't really heard what the Utah Jazz fans said the other night when everyone in the whole crowd didn't like a clear, blatant call, Rudy Gobert it wasn't a hard foul, but it was a foul nonetheless. If you look at the replay, it was given freaking call. It was a foul, ref. It was a foul, and he called it. Good job. It was late. It don't freaking matter because it was just a good call. It's a good call. Rockets finally got a call. They won. I don't care. I don't want to go into the game. I want to talk about how stupid the fans were because we've seen this happen before when the fans just completely just go nuts and they're like, holy freaking crap, what the? And then they start chanting. Just okay? They start chanting, you suck, ref, you suck, ref, whatever you want to say. Something like that. They were the point is, I forgot what they said, but to be completely honest, it was you suck, ref, or ref, you suck, whatever you want to say. It's just ref sucks, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The point is that the freaking... And that was not the only fan mishap in the last few, days. Obviously, if you didn't see it, the Bruins and Maple Leafs, the fan just stood up. They need to get higher cameras or something because the fan stood up and you couldn't see the damn puck. You can't see the damn puck anyway, but you saw a man and you couldn't see the damn puck. And it's just what? If you're sitting in front of the cameras, you just sit down. You do not stand up. You just sit down. You sit your ass down. You're just going to shut up. If you want to, scream and cheer, you scream and cheer when everyone else is standing up because then the camera guy is yeah. But the camera guy was looking at this guy and he's like, what a douche guy. What the? Get out of my sight, man. But did they not have any other camera angles to go to? Don't know. That's something that, NBC or whatever it was on needs to fix some cruddy, things, whatever. But fans are crazy. NHL, you got stupid people who stand up. NBA, you got stupid fans who yell at refs off a good freaking call. Utah fans, how stupid are you? If you look at the screen and you go, what happened? Oh, he fouled him. Yeah, okay, that's okay. When I'm at a basketball game and I'm cheering for a team and it's just I hear a call, it's just oh no, that's a bad call. I look at the screen, it's just no, that was a good call. Move on, good call, let's go. We still got it because it's I know that they're going to go down 3-0. Sorry, screw you, Jazz. I don't give a crap because I'm a Rockets fan. It doesn't matter, but it's how stupid are you? Rudy Gobert easily fouled him. It's late in the game. Y'all are up one. I think at that moment, I don't know, but it's ref, you suck. Ref, you suck. Ref, you suck. What in the world is going on? We've seen fans lately get so stupid. Did around the other week about the Texas Tech fans. Now I'm doing a thing about Utah Jazz fans. And also the Boston Bruins fan. It's it's a head scratcher. It's what the hell is going on with these stupid fans? Enjoy the game. I mean, it's good that you have respect for your team and that you want to cheer for your team and you want to do every last stupid thing that you can to prove that you love your team, and I get it. Because I'm a sports broadcaster, I want to do things right for my team. I want to cheer for my team, whatever it takes. But I'm not standing up and starting a chant, "Ref, you suck, ref, you suck, ref, you suck." I don't know. No, I'm not dumb enough to do that. I'm not dumb enough to start and doing the wave in the middle of 7th inning. I'm not dumb enough to just throw, get a home run ball and then throw it right at the guy's face. I'm not dumb enough to do that. I'm not dumb enough to do anything stupid to get me kicked out of a stadium for life. I'm smart enough to keep my mouth shut. Just enjoy the game. And also, I mean, we've seen fans before. We've seen fans blow a horn right at the free throw line. We've seen fans do crappy, stupid things. We've seen them all. I mean, So I went to a high school in Houston. Obviously, it was a Christian, Catholic, whatever school. Blah, blah, blah. I don't want to... Private, whatever. Knows... My classmates, almost got called out by the refs. First off, they got called out by the dean that was there. And I was not in the crowd. I was on the side. But they were calling out names. They were, saying this, saying that. And they said something so bad that the ref almost had to stop the game and be like, "Stop it. You better stop it right now because this is getting out of freaking control." Good thing that the refs didn't stop that game, but it was pretty close. I mean, but how can you stop 42,000 when you can stop 100? Or not 42,000. What am I saying? 42,000 in a basketball arena and 20,000. Sorry. It don't matter. Fans are stupid today. Fans are stupid tomorrow. Fans are stupid, 20 years down the line. But it's funny. In the same instance that I get to sit here and yell about it every single day that it happens, but it's pointless to the fact where Utah Jazz fans are screaming at the refs after a good call, saying, "You ref, you suck. Ref, you suck. Ref, you suck. Yeah, shut up." I want the DeLorean to go back in time and just, find that fan that started and be like, "Sit your butt down. That was a good call. You better sit your butt down. Because Utah's going 0-3. They're going to get swept. They're going to get swept." That's the way it's going to be. Rockets and Jazz game 4 on tonight. So that's going to be a fun one to see. But the point is, don't be stupid. Don't be the stupid fan that gets them kicked out of the stadium for doing something stupid. Just like people with the Steve Bartman incident. People that throw beers on the field or on the court or throw something or yell something or hit a horn. I don't care what it is, but be smart, be respectful. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. I hope that you're smart enough to not be a complete asshole. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. As we stay into the basketball world, Yusuf Nurkic throwing shame at a little guard out there in the middle of the prairie in Oklahoma. Yusuf Nurkic saying something, brick, smiley face, whatever you want to call it. He's throwing shame. He's saying Russell Westbrook's throwing up bricks. Where's your talent gone? He's kind of said. And he's like, where is Russell Westbrook's talent? I mean, it's still kind of there. He's still scoring, but obviously Oklahoma City lost in the first round last year, and they're going to probably lose in the first round this year. 3-1, headed back to Portland for Game 5. And, I mean, if they can get it to a Game 7, They're probably still not going to win, but props out to you, Oklahoma City. Props out to you. Props out to you. First off, I want to talk on the Portland Trailblazers side. Portland Trailblazers without Yusuf Nurkic still putting up a show. They got swept last year by the Pelicans. Both teams needing this first round. Both teams, are having problems of the point of, well, should they trade this guy or should they not? Or should they do this or should they, whatever the point may be. But are the Portland Trailblazers the real deal? Are they the real deal to beat the Golden State Warriors? Hell no, they're not. But are they the real deal to beat the Denver Nuggets or the Spurs? Maybe the Nuggets. Spurs? That's going to be a key game to watch. Spurs and Portland, but it's flipping back around. They made it to the second round. Not yet, but they might. And I hope that me just saying that does not, immediately exit them to Game 7 and then elimination. But we've seen crazier things happen. Before we've seen 3-1 deficits come back, we've seen it all. We've seen it all, and we've seen it all on FanWise. We've seen it all in everything. It's seen it all on Twitter. We've seen it all everywhere. It's never new to us. It's never new to us in the sports world. We just talk about a new record, or we just talk about the new thing, or whatever. It's happened before. Portland Trailblazers. Can they make it to the Western Conference Finals? I think they can. I mean, they got a pretty decent-sized road. They will definitely get some rest if they win against the Oklahoma City Thunder the next game. They will definitely get some rest because it's tied 2-2 between the Nuggets and the Spurs. So that could go Game 7, and they'll get some rest and they'll get some needed practice in, and they'll look forward to whoever plays. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens out there in Portland. But on the other side, the Westbrook story, or the Paul George story, or the fact that Billy Donovan might not be the greatest coach in the NBA, it doesn't matter. Oklahoma City needs to figure out something. And is Westbrook's time in Oklahoma done? I mean, still under contract, still has a whole bunch of time left, still a good player, but is he done? Does he need to be done in Oklahoma City? And I think they need to look at different roster options. They need to look at something. Because if you don't know that, hey, since Kevin Durant has left, Oklahoma City made it to the playoffs with Russell Westbrook as like a 7 seed or something. They lost to the Houston Rockets, obviously. Then they make it into the playoffs the next year with Carmelo, Paul George, and Russell Westbrook. And they lose in the first round to the Jazz. And then they lose this year, most likely, to the Portland Trailblazers in 5 games almost. And it's gotten down to the point of where you're just like, Oklahoma City fans, it's like, we need Kevin Durant back. But do we want him back? No. Do we need him back? Maybe. But is Oklahoma City need a different player? Maybe. I mean, they need to work out some stuff. Maybe start out with a new coach before you really kind of put your superstars out on the market. Because Paul George is still good. Russell Westbrook's still good. Steven Adams, he's not a superstar talent center, but he's a good player. He's a good defender. And, I mean, if I would start out with the coach. I would start out there. Billy Donovan probably needs to go. I mean, they went from 3rd seed to 8th seed to 6th seed and whatever. They were back and forth. They were just losing games left and right. Then they were winning. They were losing left and right. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Because Russell Westbrook, I mean, I didn't get to say this because I didn't start my podcast till this year. But a few years ago when Russell Westbrook won the MVP, I was like, no. I asked people, I was like, all right, Russell Westbrook or James Harden? They're like, Russell Westbrook. And I pulled out my phone immediately and I was like, here's the stats. Russell Westbrook had a lower efficiency, had more shots taken, had lower field goal percentage, had a whole bunch of other lower things because it was all him. He was trying to get to that, 30 points a game, 11 assists, 11 rebounds, and whatever. He wasn't doing it for the team. He was doing it for himself. And I mean, I'm not going to try to dog Russell Westbrook. I mean, he's a great player. But all in all, I mean, if you're not hot, and I'm going to say this about James Harden or LeBron James or any good player, any sports broadcaster or coach or anyone in the whole world will say this the same thing, is that if your player is not hot that night, give the ball away. Don't try to force a shot that's not going in. I mean, because I've had games where it's just like, shot's not going in, then just don't force the damn ball in. Give the ball up to someone else who can make the ball go in. And if no one can make the ball in, well, sorry, you're just going to have to lose. And you're going to have to deal with it because the ball's not going in. I learned that the hard way with the Rockets and the Warriors last year, but I mean, it's like, what? The ball's just not going in? Fine then. But if it's one player that's the ball's not going in and everyone else is high, you're making everyone else cold because you're taking too many damn shots. You're taking 40 shots a game. Paul George is taking 5. He's made all 5. And y'all are down by 20. And then y'all are down by 30. It doesn't matter. The end of the game is just going to be Russell Westbrook hit a loss at triple-double. That's just like 90th triple-double of the season. I don't care. I don't care what the triple-doubles are. I don't care how many good games you've had on the stat sheet. It's wins and losses. And wins and losses mean a whole bunch. And your wins and losses are not the same as everyone else in the league. Russell Westbrook, pass the ball. If your shot's not going down, pass the ball. Set your teammates because you're such a good player to where you can, it's like, and I'm comparing you to James Harden so much because James Harden has those bad nights and he just continues to shoot it. For goodness sake. But I mean, James Harden, we heard from Rudy Gobert saying that it's hard to guard him when he goes to the rim because you don't know if he's going to float it up and he's going to score, or if you should guard Clint Capella or Kenneth Reed or someone, whoever is driving to the rim, you don't know who you're going to guard. I mean, that's pretty difficult. But with Russell Westbrook, you know who you're going to guard. You're not going to guard Steven Adams. There's more percentage of chance that Russell Westbrook's going to go up for a damn layup. So you're going to play yourself on Russell Westbrook, and if you're Russell Westbrook, you need to be like, hey, I'm 0 for 17. Paul George is 5 for 5 from, beyond the arc. We're down by 20. Paul George, here's the ball. Get the ball. Give the ball to him. Or Steven Adams, your post-game's legit. You're on fire right now. Good job, buddy. Here's the ball. I'm not doing so very hot, and I'll take respect for that. And, be a team player and give the ball out. And I wonder if Billy Donovan's saying that to him. Be like, I want the money, but Russell Westbrook's a hard guy to coach with. But, I mean, if he said that, Billy Donovan would be out immediately. Like, that's Russell Westbrook's town right there. But Oklahoma, we'll see what happens with them. We'll see. They're going to have an early offseason. They're going to have time to think about that. And it's going to be funny. And on the other side, not Portland side, but the Western Conference, the Rockets, my Rockets, obviously Mike D'Antoni had something to say. They're up 3-0. I mean, yeah. He had a phrase a few days ago that said, we're better than any team in the league. We can beat any team in the league. And that's the way we feel about it. But y'all won 2 straight good games at home in the playoffs when you haven't shown what you can do on the road, and what you did on the road was just absolute like a turd. Obviously, the Utah Jazz, if they weren't playing so much through Donovan Mitchell, they would win. If the Rockets weren't playing so much through James Harden, they would have had a bigger lead. if the Oklahoma City Thunder weren't playing so much to Russell Westbrook, they might have a win. But it's the same. It's all the same thing. Donovan Mitchell had I think 30-something shots for 32 points. I mean, that's it's a point a shot. That's stupid. James Harden, I mean, obviously they won by 3. And James Harden was 0 for 14 or something before he made his first shot. Give the ball up! How many times? I mean, God. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Get the ball to Chris Paul. Get the ball to Paul George. Get the ball to Joe Ingles or Rudy Gobert. Give the ball to someone else because you're not doing work. You still put up points, but at the end of the day, would you rather be winning and have 39 assists and 7 points and have that ring and not be the most hated player? Or would you be wanting to go 2 for 45, lose the game by 30, and be the laughing stock of the league because, hey, you can't play in the playoffs? And obviously James Harden cannot play in the playoffs yet. We haven't seen he play pretty good the first 2 games. I mean, a terrible shooting night, but I mean, that's one game. We'll see what happens tonight, but it's same fact. I mean, pass the ball. How smart? I mean, I'm smart. I know this. I'm a quarterback. Used to be. Tried playing point guard as well, but I was too tall for my high school, whatever. It's the same thing. Pass the ball. It's hey, get this guy involved. If you don't get him involved, you're going to make him go cold. And it's what? Excuse me? What in the world? Hey, this guy's hot. That guy's cold. I'm cold. Give him the ball. Give him the ball. You got to know your teammates because if this guy has an open shot in the corner, you're hey, this guy is a good corner 3 guy. Pass him the ball. Your guys know where they are best shooters. Everyone has that feeling, especially when you're in the NBA. You know when you're hot and when you're cold, except for these guys. They don't know when they're hot or cold, and they don't know when to pass the damn ball. But it'll be fun to see. But you know who's hot right now? Speaking of this, the Boston Celtics, they're hot right now. They're about to sweep they swept the Pacers. And I mean, they're the first team, obviously, to get the 4 wins. Obviously, Milwaukee and Pistons will be on tonight. We'll see if Milwaukee can sweep. Rockets and Jazz are on tonight. We'll see if the Rockets can sweep. We'll see if we can add 2 more sweeps because we didn't get it with the Warriors, so we got it with the Boston Celtics. And yet, we're not getting it in the Western Conference, but we're getting it in the Eastern Conference, and I dogged on the Eastern Conference. And they've got sweeps in the first round. Usually that's where you find the sweeps, but it doesn't matter. Boston bringing out the brooms, sweep away the Boston Red Sox, or change the channel, sweep away them. We don't want to watch them because we want to watch the Celtics, who are moving into the second round. They got a tough test in the second round. Obviously, Milwaukee will probably be there. For good Lord, Boston Celtics hoping at a 3-0. You hope that Detroit comes back from 3-0 because you have a better chance of making it to the Eastern Conference Finals, but it's probably not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So, the Bucks and Pistons on tonight. Rockets and Jazz on tonight in the NBA. We'll see what happens with both of those teams and both of those games. Those are the only 2 games on tonight, so it's a slow Monday, but we'll get back into full swing on Tuesday. NHL weekend, another slow day on Monday for the NHL, but Steven's not going to be happy if the Stars lose tonight. And then if the Stars lose in the next few days, he's not going to be happy because that's his second favorite team. And if the Knights lose tomorrow, he's not going to be happy for the Wake and Bake show with Steven and Jake. It's going to be weird. He obviously did not like the score last night. But the Stars and Pred on tonight. Stars had a pretty good game last time out. Capitals and Hurricanes. Capitals looking to close it out tonight. So 2 closers out tonight, one on the road and one at home. Both teams looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. NHL on tonight, NHL on tomorrow, NHL on the next day, NBA on tonight, NBA on the next day, whatever you want to say. It's all happening on tonight. And I will be here tomorrow to cover it. Obviously, Steven will be here on Friday to cover all, everything, especially the NFL draft and a whole bunch of other stuff. But we are done for today. This has been the 4th and 11 show.